Thank you, Kevin. I don't have green screen, but I do have a BlackBerry. This is a genuine U.S. government-issued BlackBerry. Secure, this is true. Kevin, thank you very much. It's a fabulous honor to be here with Carl and Jen and Andy Grove posthumously and with all of you. I need to come clean, though. Kevin said we've known each other since about 1994 or so, when in fact there was this idea, crazy idea, that you're actually going to move data over cellular networks. And a guy by the name of Honoree built a company around that. And there, sitting on the desk, on the table in front of me, is the box from his air communicator. For only $1,200, you could hook that up and your computer could actually talk without wires. So, as Kevin said, we both believed in the future of wireless data, and I was running the Cellular Industry Association at that point in time, and I said, we gotta pump this. And so we had the big annual convention with 30,000 people and all this sort of stuff. And I said, Kevin, I want you to be on the big stage. We're gonna have thousands of people in the audience, and you're gonna give a demo of what wireless data can be. And Kevin being Kevin, it wasn't good enough that he could just show a computer that could communicate out there. He decided that he was going to build this huge dollhouse that was cut away on the front so the audience could look in, and then he was going to demonstrate the connected house, the connected home, and how it all worked together. And he had air communicators in his devices all the way through it. And we're standing there together on the stage. And you never want to do live demos or children on stage, right? And it's not quite working. And then the house starts smoking and catches on fire. Those were the days of wireless data. We put out the fire. But anyway, I couldn't resist sharing that great moment of Silicon Valley history with you. But I do want to thank you all for being here while the Warriors game is on. So Tim, one of the things that Kevin didn't say in the bio was that I'm from Ohio, and we're just going to have to deal with this tonight, folks. But I want to thank you all for this incredible honor and to be associated with these wonderful people. I just looked down and saw Craig Barrett sitting down here, who I haven't seen since you and I did a stunt on stage together at CTIA. But I also want to, of course, thank the DC Circuit Court of Appeals. A wrong decision would have made tonight kind of awkward. When Kevin called me and told me about this, he said, this is the Oscars of Silicon Valley. As you know, Sunday was the Tony Awards. And I think maybe you got the wrong name. This is the Tech Tonys. This is the Tonys of tech. And I don't know how many of you watched the Tonys on Sunday night, but Hamilton, walked away with the show, a fabulous musical. And there is a line in Hamilton in which Angelica Schuyler says, look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. And she's talking about the American Revolution. And I think we can say that same thing tonight with this audience of visionaries. Look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. And for you all to be leading the charge in this new revolution, which, like the earlier one, is having an effect not only here, but throughout the world. Broadband internet protocol is the most important commodity in the 21st century. And I chose the term commodity for a purpose, because our economy used to run on commodities like coal, that drove the Industrial Revolution and made the economy. And the commodity that drives us today is high-speed broadband internet. It drives economic growth. It changes the lives of everyone, which is why it has to be fast, fair, and open. And why we have to have spectrum for the 21st century. Because Kevin was right. Moving zeros and ones through the air is the pathway of the 21st century. And if we're going to realize the promise of broadband, the promise of wireless, and the promise of the brilliance of Andy Grove and the team at Intel, we have to have policies based around a simple American concept. Competition, competition, competition. It's what keeps everything vibrant here in the Valley, and it's what has to be the core of how we connect all of those things, because then they go on not only just to do really interesting and exciting new commercial activities, but think about the impact of broadband on people. So a couple of years ago, 2/3 of the schools in America didn't have a fiber connection. Can you believe that? 2/3 of the schools didn't have a fiber connection. And of the third that did, 2/3 of them didn't have Wi-Fi to the student's desk. There's a new study out by a Silicon Valley organization called the Digital Superhighway that has completed a study that says by the end of this year, as a result of policy changes, 90% of all the school campuses in America will be fiber connected and have high-speed broadband to every student's desk. We owe that. We owe that to the next generation. But then, the student goes home. Here's a factoid that'll blow you away. 50% of the public school students in America come from families below the poverty line. 50%. So they have high-speed connectivity in the classroom. The school may even send them home with a laptop or a Chromebook. And then we run across the homework gap, that they can't access and do their homework unless they go to McDonald's or someplace like that. So one of the things that we've just done is to make sure that, Jen was talking about food stamps and the SNAP program. 40 million people on the SNAP program. Every single one of those people for the last 2 months, and now forever, will be able to receive the subsidy from the federal government, from the FCC, to connect their home to high-speed broadband so that everybody can have it, to look for a job, to get veterans benefits, and yes, for the kids to be able to do their homework. That's important kind of stuff. I could go on, but this is what you all have given America. The visionaries in this valley have recast how we relate to each other, how we learn, how we do business. And so it's my great honor on behalf of all the people who are so dedicated and working so hard, as Jen knows, at the FCC, to accept this award. And I would just say one thing that I hope we all can keep on remembering: how lucky we are to be alive right now, and then to do something about it. Thank you.